Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Wadash. The one is the elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone, every well. Shalom to elect Akadir doing his work in sincerity and truth, and not for vain glory, in season, out of season. Shalom to the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of the nation of Israel, which are your so-called Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. Shalom to you. All right, I just want to bring this out because we are in the last days. Okay, because of the prophecies. You see, Trump, President Donald Trump, he's doing this thing. He's coming against basically all the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, which are your so-called Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, okay, and Latinos. That was going to be prophesied in Revelations 12 and 12, all right, you can read it for yourself. For the devil shall come down with great wrath, because you have but a short time. You got Trump going against NATO and the EU. Okay. All right. By talking about he wants to take Greenland. So, we're living in the last days, and what's going to happen is a thing is going to happen, whereas, let's read it. Acts 2nd chapter and the 17th verse. Okay. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So Yahweh is going to pour his spirit upon all flesh. Okay. And how is he going to do that? Let's read it. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. So they're just going to tell the dreams and the visions that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is going to put in their mind of what? The last days. Doesn't mean a woman is a prophet. No. She can just tell you what dream or visions that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai gives her. So that's a major thing that's going to go down. More and more people of you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, more you are going to have dreams and visions of the end time. Because, brothers put up videos of, women having dreams about the destruction, having dreams about the chaos that's going to happen, the time of Jacob's trouble, and they're going to tell it to you, So, we are literally living in the end times. Okay. And Yahweh is going to pour out his spirit on all flesh to do it. Okay. Of the end times that's coming. You got certain women coming up there, talking about, the Hebrew Israelites, and I'm a watchman. How the fuck are you a watchman when you're a woman? It didn't say watch women. It said watchmen. Okay. All right. But they're all going to have dreams and visions. And they're going to prophesy, meaning they're going to say something before it happens. Okay. By them visions and those dreams. You know, I mean, it's just, that's what's gonna happen, because we at the end of this thing, man. We're at the very end of the rulership of Esau's kingdom. Okay, and elites of you so-called white people, mainly the gefilte fish eaters, which are the small hats. The top banking families that are the gefilte fish eaters, which are the small hats. They know they're at their very end. All right, it says, and on my servants and on my handmaids I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. So it does. Prophecy means to say something before it happens. So that's what's gonna happen, yo. It's going. Listen. That's why the scriptures tell you, my people shall be willing in the day of my power. Because when the time of Jacob's trouble is in full 100% effect, yeah, that's when you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, some of the Indians, that's when you're going to want to get down with the program. For a lot of you, it's going to be too late. But some of you, sure, some of you might be saved. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's going to be a serious time. It's going to be very serious. The time of Jacob's trouble is going to be very serious. The last days. All right. Which we're in now. So I hope you've been edified, and with that, shalom.